Get
Okay,
everybody
let's
in so
try
you
and
can tell
add
us who
it.
everybody is. Fantastic. I love this informal stuff. Who is everybody?
Okay, so Jessica, come on in, Jessica. I'm just going to introduce everyone, and then I'm going to leave and move out the
Ah,
way.
look, Jessica's got a teddy as well.
Hi, Andrew. So
Hi.
this is obvious. Who's this?
Sebbie.
Jessica.
Jessica.
Gary. And what's
Gary, fantastic. Now,
going
Jessica's
on?
got a name that she should be a singer, Jessica Rogers. I love it. It's got to be good. We'll get, she's going to sing out at the end of the show, which is fantastic. What do you do, Gary?
So I'm a buyer for Co-op.
Okay.
I've worked with the guys, and we've bought Sebbie Bear back, and we've bought the Tiffys back. So looking forward to a long and fruitful partnership together with the guys. Be good.
I know, fantastic. Well, I've known Sebbie for a long time. We met in a TV studio, which is brilliant. With Neil Oliver's show, a number of years ago, wasn't it? And we basically at Christmas time, Sebbie came in and he gave me one of those Sebbie bears. It's brilliant stuff. And we've been following Sebbie's journey ever since. We've been down and saw the wonderful statue that was unveiled. We did all of that. We went on a tour of London. You had your shave. Do you remember, Sebbie?
And we had the most exciting time, didn't we? What else with Andrew? Where Andrew took us to the really secret. Where did we go, Andrew, for lunch?
Well, it was like Harry Potter's dining room, wasn't it? It was the Inns of Court.
That's right, the Inns of Court, where no normal mortal humans can go. But we went for lunch there and saw all the very, very important judges, didn't we, from London?
Oh, absolutely. And well, they all sat there saying, "Isn't that Sebbie Hall?" They were all saying to us.
But what we're
No.
doing, Andrew, so we can tell you the whole story of how this all happened. It's such
Oh
a
no, I
genuine,
love it. Well, we're
story.
absolutely, and this is what I love. It's lovely to meet Gary as well, which is fantastic. Well done. And well, I should say, firstly, welcome back to the Andrew Eborn show. It is a joy, and Sebbie is always my favourite guest because he brings out the best in people, and it's wonderful. And you've raised what is it? Over £100,000? Is that right, Sebbie?
Yeah, you said 100.
£100,000.
100,000.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is through a sort of random act of kindness. And I've been with you when we've given out bars and we've given out sort of wonderful surprises. I saw those little daffodils you're putting on people's doorsteps and things for that sort of stuff. Brilliant. And that's been every single day for 4 years. What are you raising the money for?
Help. Stop.
Stop. Disadvantages.
And look at the camera and tell Andrew, disabled people feeling lonely. So to stop disabled and disadvantaged people from feeling lonely. So Sebbie supports projects that do exactly that. And we've got a long-term goal now, haven't we, as well, Andrew, since we last met, our long-term plan now to create some sort of legacy of the Sebbie Hall Kindness Foundation. And the idea is to create an assisted living style housing that people like Sebbie can live with amongst people of their own age and have a great life and have jobs within it and then work in the community as well. So our long-term goal, we're a long way off because the £100,000 that Sebbie's already raised has been given to lots of organisations. It's not like we kind of sit on it. So we're out onto the next thing, Andrew, and that's long-term would be for the legacy of Sebbie to create some sort of assisted living.
That's brilliant, and that's what I love about it. And well, it's sort of getting lots of brilliant people involved, including poor old Gary, who has to bend down to look at the screen. I think that's good. Well, now this interview is going to go on for like several days, so it's going to be good. I love it.
Well, what we could do, Andrew, should we get some chairs and get everyone comfy for this story? Because this story that we've just got here with Jessica is genius.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling while you do that. Bring in chairs. It's all nice and casual. Because so Sebbie, since I last saw you, tell me what your favourite act of kindness has been. What's been your favourite act of kindness, Sebbie?
Okay, so what's been your favourite?
There you go. You're a bit more comfortable now. Well done.
Hang on, can you move out that way?
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Hurrah!
All a bit ad hoc, isn't it here?
No,
Okay,
but we love it.
okay.
It's informal and it's real. That's what we love about it, which is good.
Yeah, no, it's important.
Yeah.
So,
There we
what's been your favourite act of kindness?
What's been your favourite act of kindness, Sebbie?
Actually, we could talk about one that's just happened, couldn't
Yeah.
we? So, we were just in the
Co-op.
Co-op. In fact, Jessica can, because this is the first time Jessica has actually been doing random acts of kindness with Sebbie. So this morning they've been doing random acts of kindness. So Jessica, what happened this morning? It was just genius.
It was magical. So we were doing a sampling at the co-op, and we go in and we start sampling, start speaking to people. And we're trying to promote that everyone for Valentine's Day gets the most ideal Sebbie teddy bear that's packed with that. We've actually got the little kindness heart inside.
Oh, lovely.
And we're standing there sampling. We've got kindness cards as well. You can pass messages forward. And this lovely lady passes by, starts sampling, and then she goes and looks at Sebbie and goes, "I know you." And we said, "Okay, how do you know Sebbie?" And it turns out that Sebbie had actually used his pocket money to pay for her coffee when he was at Costa Coffee, and paid for the car behind. And apparently she asked the person the cashier, who was it? And they said, "Oh, it was Sebbie Hall." She found him on Instagram to say thank you, but then paid for cried in the car. She was having a bad day. And then the lady behind, she paid for her coffee. And so it spread the ripple effect of kindness. And it just shows how one action, it can be something so small, a smile, paying for someone's coffee, can actually create this ripple effect and a chain reaction.
Oh no, and that's what I've always loved about Sebbie. You're so infectious. So many people are sort of turning around and making that all make sense. Now you've partnered. Tell me about this new partnership then, because you've teamed up with Ethiopia Aid. It's a new healthy snack initiative, isn't it? And you're running a Valentine's Day campaign encouraging be kind to all. And you'll see, look, hang about, I've got my T-shirt on.
Oh, well done, Andrew. Yay, look at him. Oh, well, Jet, do you want to go and get a Sebbie snack so we can see it before we start?
Yeah.
So what happened was, a couple of years ago, Andrew, Sebbie was nominated for the Young Cooperator of the Year award. And we're at Central Co-op head office actually today. Well done, Sebbie. There's
Oh, let's have a look. That one's for Australia. It was upside down before, but that's good.
And so Sebbie won the Young Cooperator of the Year award, and we're at Central Co-op head office today in Lichfield. And so what happened was Sebbie went to open a store, and we met the CEO of Central Co-op, a genius, amazing lady called Debbie Robinson. And she, for Christmas, put the Sebbie teddies in the store just for a Christmas campaign. Moving on 2 years, we were invited to a fast-moving consumer goods conference called Destination 26 a couple of weeks ago, literally only 2 weeks ago, which was actually looking at, it was raising money for landmines, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. And so we went there, and the Co-op were there, and some other big store names. And Debbie Robinson included Sebbie in her talk. So the CEO of the Co-op said, "I'd like to introduce you to Sebbie Hall." Because what happened was, on the back of Sebbie being Young Cooperator of the Year, the Co-op came on board with Sebbie's mission of kindness and then fed on their own mission of kindness and provided a building for a local charity who had lost their building due to council demolition of their building. And this organisation is an incredible organisation called Liberty, which looks after about 500 young adults with disabilities. So when the Co-op met Sebbie, the story came out that Sebbie was trying to save the charity. The Co-op stepped in and said, "We'll do it." So the Co-op, this charity is now in the Co-op's building. So Debbie was telling this story at the conference, and Sebbie's video was Sebbie was on the stage, and I think we sent you the video, Andrew.
And I put the video out there that it's getting an audience of zillions as we speak.
Zillions. So that's what happened. And in the audience was Jessica. So Jessica, I'm going to hand to Jessica now to tell her story of what her product is and why the synergy of the kindness just rang through. And I will just say before, when there were lots of talks at this fast-moving consumer goods conference, and they were genius, all of them. But when the message of kindness, I'm not just saying it because of Sebbie, but when the message of kindness, that part of the Co-op's talk came on, the room changed, didn't it? Everybody sort of almost became friends, and everybody started talking about kindness, and people kept coming over, and it was just like a moment of change in the conference, wasn't it? And then on LinkedIn, quite a few people have put since, you know, what a great conference that was, blah, 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 very interesting, lots of great information. But what stole the show was the message of kindness. And that came from the co-op, which is genius.
Yeah.
So then Jessica came and approached Sebbie.
Jessica came on. She was about to sing on stage, but she decided not to. So what's your story, Jessica? What's your involvement with this?
But no, everyone was smiling. I fell in love with Sebbie at that moment. And what was crazy, so we as a brand, we create products that are kind to your body. And we were actually planning a campaign to spread kindness. And when I heard Sebbie speak, I thought he's the king of kindness. And there has to be something, a way that we can push this, almost like a domino, like create more people, creating a ripple effect of kindness. And we were thinking, right, well, how can we get Sebbie involved in a way we can actually spread this message even further? And that's when I came up to Ashley and Sebbie and I said, look, you've made me smile, but everyone smiled. Like, let's do something and create something really exciting. And from there, it's literally within 2 weeks, we managed to create Sebbie Teffy Bear. We managed to create kindness cards to give out to people. Co-op managed to put us in so quickly. Within such a quick turnaround, we've managed, and the amount of smiles we've already seen has been incredible. The amount of people passing kindness cards forward, but also just the feeling that everyone gets from just seeing Sebbie and speaking about Sebbie. It's a way for us to actually really promote his message and get more people on board. And that's where it started. And now we're here 2 weeks later with co-op offices of Gary. It's incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. And now, Gary, turning to you, I mean, Sebbie's one of these brilliant characters. Everywhere he goes, just brings a wonderful smile. How did you find out about Sebbie, and why did you decide to get involved?
Yeah, I think from my point of view, it goes back to Destination 26, as the guys have said. So coming out of that, Debbie Robinson, our fantastic chief executive, sent me an email saying, Gary, I'd really like to see what's available and what we can do to support. You don't say no to Debbie. So from our point of view, so it was straightforward. So got in touch with the guys, and we had a couple of Teams calls, probably 2 weeks ago. And our ambition was to see if we could do something for Valentine's Day, starting off in the stores that were really close to Lichfield, and then just taking the radius out from there. So was aware of Sebbie, and aware about being the young cooperator previously, and congratulations. And then from my point of view, the Teffys was something new. So not aware of the products, not aware of the existence. Good call, good conversation, some quick action. And we managed, I think, within 9 days to get the Sebbie Bear, the Teffys, kindness cards, launched in 23 of our local stores to Lichfield, which I proudly looked at this morning in our store over the road in Bowley Park in Lichfield. And really, we've got some plans to go forward now into Mother's Day, as we spoke about the call, and take it through to Easter, and then see how we keep the drumbeat of kindness going. That's certainly something that we.
I love the drumbeat of kindness. Well, Sebbie's been going on for 4 years now, which I think is absolutely incredible. And I've had the joy, I think, of being a sort of like a punctuation throughout those 4 years and different platforms, whether it's down at London, down at the Tower Bridge, or in various TV studios. I want to talk about the specific goals then, about this collaboration and how far you see it going. Maybe starting with you then, Jessica. Where do you see? What would you like to achieve out of this collaboration with Sebbie?
When you go walk to work in the morning, go on the tube, everyone is a bit miserable, to be honest. And when you actually look at how stressed out people are, I have a statistic recently where it says 90% of people in the UK are stressed out. Now, if someone just comes up to you on the train and says, "Oh, by the way, the jacket, I love that jacket," or "Oh, buy someone, a stranger, a cup of coffee behind," that sets someone's day, that they go into the office, they're a better person, and it passes it forward. And what would be ideal is, let's say now that 0.001% of people start doing this, then it can go to 0.002%, and so on. And actually, it's by starting and encouraging that it actually can build and amplify. And what we want to do is amplify this message, because everyone has so many stresses, there's so many things going on in people's lives. And sometimes it's just to remind people, it seems really obvious, right? Be kind. But actually it's not. And the profound impact that can have, that's what we want to encourage and spread.
Yeah, and it is interesting. And what I love, Sebbie, is that you've also got lots of people doing these video messages. Tell me a bit about those video messages.
So who said, so basically some of the supporters of Sebbie and some of the supporters really of kindness. Who's your famous rugby friend, Sebbie?
Will Greenwood.
Will Greenwood sent him a message, and what was Will Greenwood sent a message to Sebbie the day before yesterday, I think it was, saying about what kindness means to him, and just little people have been sending little messages of really simple things like kindness to me is a smile, or kindness to me is, like Jessica said, somebody saying something nice to you, not massive things. Will Greenwood, bless him, read a story in his kitchen. It was like story time. He made a big effort to go and find a storybook, and it was just so lovely. So we've had some really, really lovely messages. But I think also, if I can just add to Jessica, because she's going to be really, she's not going to promote herself enough. And I'm not saying this is, but the whole thing, why we liked the idea of Jessica and Teffy, and is because in this, and I don't think Jessica has said, the grain that this is made from is from Ethiopia, which is called teff, which is why it's called Teffy. And then I'm like, well, what is that? Who are you? Because obviously we'd never met 3 weeks ago. And she came to me and said, I've got a great idea. And what made me smile is because when Sebbie decides, as you know, Andrew, when Sebbie decides to go and do a random act of kindness, which he does to somebody every day, his words are always start with, what do you say, Sebbie? I've got a bright idea. And then we're like, oh my God, what's the bright idea today? And I think we've discussed, Andrew, he's had some very random bright ideas, including some very high prominent figures in the world at the moment. But we don't know if we're going to send acts of kindness to those people yet. But, you know, watch this space. But Jessie came over and said, I've got a bright idea. I'm like, oh my God, this is Sebbie. So, but the whole thing of the Teffy situation, the Teff grain, well, Jessica can tell you more about that, but it's got a connection with kindness to it as well. So it's more than just a bar that we've never, or a snack, sorry, that we've never seen before. There's a great story behind it, which is why I liked the idea. Because obviously Sebbie is just doing roundabout. Sebbie's just one boy trying to, what you trying to do, Sebbie? Change the
world
with
kindness.
He just wants to change the world with kindness. And that's it. That's Sebbie's message. So obviously we want to make sure that Sebbie's with the right people who want that story too, for the right reason. So Jess, you can say about Teffy what it is, but it just resonated with me, Jess, the Teffy story really.
Well, we're effectively a snack that's actually good for you. So we believe in having products that not only are good for you, do good too. And the product itself is made from an ancient superfood grain called teff. It's clinically shown to be in gut. What's requires 10 times as water to grow, can withstand drought and doesn't require pesticides, and it's actually looked at as one of the future foods. And what we're trying to do is really game change snacking by providing smart alternatives to water processed snacks. So the idea of actually looking after yourself, being kind to yourself. One of our charity partners is Ethiopia Aid. So we actually traveled last year and we went into different schools, different empowerment programs, and we're trying to make a really localized effort to work with local NGOs. But something to note is we don't source any of our tech from Ethiopia because we don't want to cause any local price fluctuations. But the idea is everything we do has a purpose and we want to give back. So for people in general, we want to provide foods that nourish you and are good for you, but also we want to follow the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So everything has a 360 effect. But as a brand, you have to have a purpose and a vision. And if we don't have a purpose, so if we can, find a way that we can just make them smile, perfect. So we always say every ingredient has a story, and it's been really exciting to get Sebbie and Gary involved. We actually had Sebbie come to the factory and bake teffys.
Oh, you baked some, have you? Well, I haven't seen. I've seen the packaging. Can you open one up and take a bite?
Oh, Sebbie.
Come on, open it up, take a bite. I want somebody to hold it up because I've never seen these. It's good. Will you take a bite, Sebbie? Tell me what it tastes like. move into the camera a bit so I can see it. Oh, that looks delicious. Oh,
We're
I'll have a
gonna
bite.
send
Oh,
you one,
yum.
Andrew.
How
We'll
good
send
is
you- yeah,
that?
send you- Take a big bite, Sebs.
Take a big bite and tell her this.
Right, now tell Andrew, what do we say?
I'll let you finish your mouthful a bit first. Is it good? It tastes good. Oh, that's a glowing endorsement. I love it.
It is.
Oh well done. We could raffle that one off now. We've got the half-eaten biscuit from Sebbie. That's gonna be.
An auction prize.
There's an auction prize live on the Andrew Eborn show. So tell me then, the co-op, are they stocking these throughout all of their stores then, Gary?
Yeah, I think for us, it was we've worked at pace to actually get the products in for Valentine's Day. So obviously, please don't forget it's Valentine's Day on Friday. So from our point of view, then what we have got now is a little bit more time to be able to get everything to more of our stores and readiness for Mother's Day. So Mother's Day will be the next piece that we really focus on. So the events are hugely important to us because it allows us then from a sort of advertising media piece to be able to say some of the things that make co-op different. So it's also the International Year of Co-op Development this year as well. So it's really important to us as a movement, and we support certainly things and ventures like this. So more on Mother's Day, then more as we go into summer. And that summer piece of kindness. So if we can have a summer of kindness, and I've spoken fully to all the guys yet, and that's something we'd really like to focus on about how we bring a kind summer, and hopefully with some weather as well. That'd be really nice.
Some weather would be great, wouldn't it?
Weather
Fantastic.
kindness, that would also be good. So to please us all. But
I know we'll have to come and visit you in Lichfield. You are Lichfield's legend, Sebbie.
Sebbie's just met a man that sells the big issue outside the co-op actually, and Sebbie meets so many people, as you know, Andrew, because we walked around the streets of London with Andrew, didn't we? And it's like he said, "Oh yeah, I know Sebbie." It's like the amount of people that we've met over the years, and all different types of people, and at the end of it, everybody just what Sebbie smiles.
Yeah.
They do just smile. Yeah, so it's been amazing, and I think it's the amount of people that we meet. It's just been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, it's been a wonderful journey. As you say, it's incredibly infectious in a world where you can do anything. Make sure that you can do kindness. It is Sebbie's superpower. It's got to be good. Now, just to finish with, then, what does this kindness mean to each of you personally, and how's your understanding evolved through Sebbie's work? Let's start with the singer, the wonderful Jessica.
Get you singing.
Yeah.
Kindness means to me. Kindness is something which makes you feel really good. Is that moment, that special moment? But if anything, it's a smile. You know, when someone does something kind, it just uplifts you. So I would say we're just taking a very big word. Kindness is a smile, and to just empower you through the day and uplift.
Okay, very good, Gary.
What kindness means to me, I think it makes me personally feel and selfishly feel the best version of myself. So it means that not only are you doing something good for somebody else, I think it's also nourishing for my own self, and brings out the best version of me for all the things. I think that's what kindness means.
Fantastic, Ashley.
I think kindness, from what I have learned in the last 4 years, I would say kindness, not so much what it means, but what kindness is. Kindness is a great leveler. That's what I found. Because Sebbie has proved and says all the time, anyone can be kind. And it doesn't matter whether you live in a palace, in a tent. It doesn't matter who or what you are. Anybody has the capacity, even with no money at all, or even with to just be kind. So, and the minute somebody's kind, somebody else smiles. So I would say, and doesn't matter what ability you've got either. So Sebbie will say himself, you know, sometimes he struggles to find, what do you find, struggle to find words. Sebbie sometimes finds it hard to find words. So people will talk to Sebbie and he can't say the words that he wants to say. And Sebbie said to me once, about 2 years ago, somebody had shoved a microphone in his face and said, tell me about it. And he couldn't. And he said afterwards, it's not about words, it's about being kind. And that's the thing. So actions, you can be anybody, no matter what you are, can be kind. And so I would say kindness is a leveler, a great leveler. That's what I would say.
I think that's right. And Sebbie and I have discussed lots of things over lots of different occasions, had lots of fun as well. I know that it is your superpower, Sebbie, and it's brilliant. And as I say, kindness isn't just an act, it's a way to connect, heal and inspire change, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And who's been the kindest person in your 4 years?
Oh, come on, you'll make me blush.
Sebbie's Andrew Eborn. These guys don't know, but Sebbie had this statue unveiled at Tower Bridge once, and it was something was going on in politics that day, and I think some news channel was going to cover it, and then they couldn't, and so Andrew was on the phone going, give me a minute, let me put my t-shirt on, I'll be down there.
T-shirt on.
Tower Bridge. Yeah. He wasn't going to, he came straight to Tower Bridge and he spent the day with us and he covered it. And what was going to be a bit of it's all the media's being cancelled. Andrew's like, no way, this can't be cancelled. Let's come down. Took us round, did acts of kindness with us and just took over the day that could have gone all a bit pear-shaped. Didn't you, Andrew? And that was the kindest thing someone's done as well.
When life gives you pears, you make a fruit salad, and that's what we do. Well, a fruit salad sponsored by Co-op. I love it, and well done. Get the brand mention.
Person at Tower Bridge, didn't we? Who was the person we met at Tower Bridge that you were trying and he came out?
Oh yes, well it was what used to be Her Majesty the Queen's chaplain, and we were talking about it. Canon Roger Hall, obviously His Majesty, and his parish is the Tower of London. So there's a wonderful chapel in there, and we go along there every now and again. I was just saying, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if we bumped into, and there he was. So fate was on our hands. Finally then, and well done to everybody getting involved. Well done, Sebbie. And it's such a joy to have you on the programme, as always. Tell us then, Ashley, how can we find out more? People will be watching this, say, how can they get involved? Where can they find out?
Okay, well, you can look at Sebbie's story on sebbiehall.com. or on all the social medias. It's Sebbie Hall Acts of Kindness or Sebbie Hall 2003, just to see his story and see the 4 years of acts of kindness to help other disabled and disadvantaged children and people. That's sebbiehall.com. And at the moment, this is Teffy.me. Is that correct? So Teffy.me, you can buy these online. And again, it helps to promote kindness and also for disadvantaged and disabled kids. And obviously in the
Co-op.
In the Co-op.
Go to the Co-op. We love the Co-op.
It's got to be the right Co-op though, hasn't it? It's got to be
Central Co-op.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. So Jessica, what song have you picked for us?
Show. Oh, I need to walk a little bit.
It's going to be good. Well, we'll get you back next time. It's been an absolute delight, Sebbie. Well done. Thanks for bringing along your mum and for introducing us to Jessica and Gary. It's always a joy. And I wish you every success with the campaign. I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Thanks for joining us.
Andrew, thanks.
Bye.